Hey guys, so we are out here currently right now. We're just waiting at Walmart. I do have my Spark app on, um, and still multi-apping, but just wanted to give an update. Let me see what DoorDash has for me. 7.2 miles for $9.25. But yeah, so it's basically we're back in our home area, where we typically do majority of our gig work. But recently, we did spend 5 days in a row working in the Killeen Fort Hood, or formerly known as Fort Hood, but now it's Fort Cavazos, um, Coppers Cove area, which is for about 35 minutes to 40 minutes north of where we live. And I have to tell you, majority of what we made, and it was probably our best week, and that was just working from one vehicle, with my husband and I doing this. But it was our best week, and majority of what we made came from Spark, because that specific zone, um, it's not, as I like to say, infected as the zone that we currently work in, or should I say we normally work in, to where we're parked. And yeah, as soon as we get here, we see one of the regulars. His car was being loaded with an order, and he seemed all chummy also with the Walmart employee who was loading his vehicle. So as of right now, it still looks like our area still is infested. But when we were in the Killeen area, I mean, from there, it looks like the employees do put a little bit more effort into making sure that, they're giving the order who they're supposed to be giving it to. Even at one point, because we both have our own Spark accounts, one location there in the Killeen area, we both had accepted a curbside pickup at the same time. They were small orders, but when the associates came out, they said, unfortunately, we can only give one order to one vehicle at a time. So one of you guys are going to have to decide who's going to get, keep their order. So at that time, I told my husband that we'll go ahead and let, he'll keep his order, because for two reasons. His order was higher than mine, and he was also just one order away from completing, one of his incentives. So at least, I mean, because I don't know how many times here in our area, here in the zone that we work, where we've seen these regulars get one order, stay in the spot, and then next they're getting loaded with another order. So I mean, and then sometimes we've even seen it to where two different associates are bringing orders out and loading it into one vehicle. And also, while we were in the Killeen area, and we bounced between three different Walmarts just in the Killeen area, and the associates that stand at the door actually take the time to, almost everybody going, exiting the store, they're checking the receipts. And especially if we're walking out with no receipt, we show them the app, when it has the QR code and everything that's on there. They'll even want us to click on the order summary so they can see some of the items that are on there. Now, I mean, I've been seeing some videos of people talking about their areas, the employees are checking IDs. Now, that's not the case in our market, in our specific market, and in the Killeen Fort Hood area. Now, while we were out there during those 5 days, more times, I mean, we averaged, once you scan the QR code, it either gives you the notification to, proceed, to just go ahead and start bagging, or it lets you know that you've been selected to be screened. And so an associate will come over and randomly scan at least 3 items that's in your order. That happened a lot more often in that area. So I don't know if it's because it's a military community that area has not been infested with the scammers, like our zone is, but because how else, are they going to get on post if they don't have any ID to be able to get on post to make those type of deliveries. Probably when I do edit this video, if I'm able to, I might just include it in another the video on how we did for the week while we were there in Killeen. But my husband did get record someone there in the Killeen area where he caught the woman coming out, loading her vehicle, and then the guy that was in the car waiting ends up getting out and walks into the store, and he could see that he had 2 phones, and she just waited in the vehicle. At that time, we had a shopping, so once I got into the car, we didn't get to hang out to see how long exactly was she waiting in the car before he came back out. But so I think they do still have, but scammers out in that area, but probably nowhere near as much as here and the North Austin area has, because of the fact that they're going to be dealing with orders that could take them onto Fort Hood. And then that whole thing went out, with the updates to the Spark app, to try and decrease, the amount of fraud that's taking place, and, to increase the security measures. But I think that is still going to be a slow and long process to be able to weed all of that out. And I don't know if anybody of you are doing Spark, if you've reached out to Spark support here recently, but as part of the automated version, before you actually get to a live representative, in the messaging it tells you that if you are, they basically are no longer accepting calls if you're having issues with the app or having issues with the wait time, which is ridiculous. This was back in November, right before Christmas time, so, and I do remember calling support because I did have an issue with the excessive wait time, and I did post a video on that to where it does say, that they're not taking calls if it's just in reference to excessive wait time. But now they've added to that message, and now it is saying that they basically are not taking calls for excessive wait time and app issues. So, but that was the other thing we did notice when we were in the Killeen area, is we would still get that notification, but at least, it wasn't to the point where it's a notification, but we don't see anything. We would get the notification, and at least we'd see the order pop up for a split second. Oh, look at that. It's a curbside, and it's a timed one. 5.9 miles, 2 drop-offs for $14. So that's not bad. So we're taking that one. And it's not an ASAP. And that was the other thing there in that zone in Killeen, where we made our best week yet with Spark alone, was that we were getting a good combination of the round robins and curbside. So I guess curbside could be round robins too, but basically we had a good combination of round robins, shopping orders, and curbside orders. So looking at what we did, just for the earnings, it's I never made this much in 1 week since I've been with Spark. And I've been with Spark since late September, early part of October. And I've never made this much. Prior to this week, the highest I made, and that was partly due to, incentives, was less than $300. And the week that we spent in Killeen, we did over $400. But that was only in 5 days. And that was just mine. So it's, I mean, I don't know.
3 something, wasn't it?
Huh?
So mine was like 2 or
No.
3 something, wasn't it?
Yours was over $400 too. So, I mean, what helped was, because we both were running our Spark accounts. If you guys don't recognize that sound, that is actually coming from Favor. Now this one, yeah, but it's 3.6 miles.
Did you check in for yours yet?
No, not yet. Because it's not until 12:45. So we can actually do this one. It's at Pokeworks. 3.6.
That's what you say. It's already 12:30. No, because we're not losing.
Okay. That's the other thing there too about doing Favor. It's a little like Shipped, to where, I mean, I've done better on Shipped than I have on let me take that back. I've done better on Favor than I have on Shipped. But the one of the biggest things I don't like about Favor is what do you call that?
Pay.
It just gives you, for the most part, not all of them. Let me see. Sorry. For the most part, it gives you a broad range. The smallest amount is typically $4.10, and that's because the base pay plus a minimum and a $2 tip from the customer. But on the other end of that, I'll get to that in a second. But it gives you a broad range from like $4.10 to $12, meaning the customer has the potential to tip as much as that amount to take it to $12, but you don't know until after you make the delivery, and then even a little bit after that, you don't know exactly how much that customer is going to end up tipping. But as I just mentioned a moment ago, the upside to that is Favor requires that customers make a minimum of a $2 tip. So no matter what it is you're doing, whether it's a pick up and deliver, or it's a place and deliver, to where you actually have to go to the restaurant or the store and place the order, pay for it, and then you get to pick it up. The minimum is always going to be a $2 tip, and that's the only downside, is that you don't get to see what your true pay is going to be until sometime after the delivery. But going back to the Spark thing, I did just notice that One Love, she had just posted a couple of videos on her channel of her recent dealings with the Spark scammers. Nope, that's trying to find her channel.
You good? You want to catch him online? This guy just walked out. The guy standing there at the car, he just walked out. All he had was beer in his hand, or in his cart. But he walked over and he's talking to all of his group of buddies. That's all of them right there.
That's a couple of the people. Sorry for my shaky hand. The blue car right there is one of them.
And the two guys walking away are part of the group.
The two guys right over there?
Those two guys walking, the guy in the gray sweatsuit.
Who was the one that just loaded the car?
He's the one that came out. All he had was beer. But those guys have been sitting there in that car waiting for a while, and I just watched him come out. I wasn't sure. I was like, well, he's got beer. But he put the beer in the car, and he comes over and he's talking to those guys. So they're all part of the same group. They're part of our scammers right here in the area, because that's one of the cars we've identified before. So I know that car every time I come in here. I know he's here. I think that's one of the ones that you say is the quote
the ringleader.
Is the one that's in the driver's seat, I think. But I don't know. So. Let's see what car he drives out in, 'cause I'm not sure. I can't see the car from here.
And that was the other thing there too. Is, you know, we've gotten some you know, suggestions that when we're here to connect to the Wi-Fi, which I'm connected to the Wi-Fi, and let me see if I can start my trip. No. But we've connected to the Wi-Fi, and you know, sometimes his app will be the only one connected to the Wi-Fi, and I'm not, because I want to test it out if it's going to make a difference. And it's still hard to say. It's still hard to say, because I've gotten offers. Well, I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi when we're here waiting at Walmart, and then it's the same, you know, for him, that yeah, because as soon as we get close enough, he connects to the Wi-Fi, and he'll get offers. So I don't know how true that is. I don't know if that's the reason why they go into the store initially. You know, when we noticed that in the past, you know, that we thought was suspicious. We don't know if that's the reason why they go into the store and hang out, you know, for X amount of times, and then come out, move their car to the pickup zone, and then they're getting an order. You know, if that's the reason why they were going into the store, was to get a strong connection to the Wi-Fi, and then they get an order, and that's the reason why they come out. We don't know. You know, and I've said this, but I haven't posted that video yet. But I've spoken, because of the fact that we went into a different zone, you know, to the Killeen Fort Hood area. I've spoken to a couple of the associates there, and you know, we don't know who to believe, because we're still hearing both sides. You know, both things, to where yes, they control, you know, when the who's giving out the batches when they come out, you know, the orders, and no, that they don't control it. So I don't know who to believe, because you know, we hear it from different associates, and you know, we know in fact that they can control it on their device. If you are a Sparker and they come out, you know, you get the code and whatnot, they enter it in, and then they start scanning the orders. We know for a fact, though, that they can control on declining or canceling the order. Because in case you didn't see the beginning of this, both my husband and I had picked up curbside orders at the same time. But because we're sharing one vehicle, when the associates came out, they said they can only give one order to one car at a time. So they ended up, I told them, you know, my husband will keep his, and you know, I thought I was going to have to do it on my end. No, she did it on her device. It canceled my order, and I ended up getting paid for it still, just for the show up. What do you call that? You get paid just for showing up to attempt to pick up the order.
You see, they both just went over to the blue car that I was talking about.
So who's that in the shorts?
He's going back to get back in the same car with the other two guys. Because they all been sitting there for like, I don't know how long now, but.
So they're just waiting on orders too?
So they went, and when they went down to the other dude's car down there.
Stop pointing.
I don't care if they see me pointing. Let them come over here and say fucking something to me.
Hey.
Shit. I got two things on me.
And that's the reason why I don't
from fucking coming over here.
like going live when
they went over and to the blue car on the other side of the jacked up white car right here on the end, and they both were right there for a few minutes, and then they dispersed and split up.
Yeah, so that is part.
There's his car backing out. His car.
That is part of the group right there. The blue car, the white car, and this
one right here on the
gray
end,
one.
The gray car, and that one that's pulling out, backing out, and fixing to come toward us. He's one of the ones that came out with something in his cart. And has been hanging out for 15 minutes since he walked out the freaking door with whoever's order and just doing nothing. 6344.
But on the upside, let me see if I can start my trip now. Nope, still too early. So we're currently, if you're just now watching, we're currently waiting right now for a curbside pickup for me that I was able to accept here in Georgetown. But on the upside, whenever an order is canceled, whether we accepted it and we took too long to show up, or we accepted it and, where we were at was, too far to meet the pickup time and it gets canceled, we realized that we were still getting paid just for accepting the offer. I mean, it's a small amount, $2, $3, something like that. But then I think the highest that we got paid was on my husband's when we picked up what is known as the ghost order. Because we were waiting there, and come to find out, it was an order that was picked up already, but for whatever reason, it's stuck in the system. So that order just keeps going out to drivers, even though it's already been picked up. But anyways, he got paid like $6 something for it. So that was pretty interesting.
But it still jacked up our acceptance rating because it kept coming back on a freaking timer.
And that's the other thing there too. When you get these ghost orders that have already been picked up, for whatever reason is not being dropped from the system, so just keeps getting sent out to drivers. That's the other thing that I want to talk to support, really, for stuff like that. Why should it be, especially if it comes through as a timed order? And when you don't accept timed orders, those are the ones that affect your AR. But if it's an order that is, that has an issue with it, why are we going to be penalized? Why is our AR going to be penalized? Because it's an order that's messed up. All right, confirm arrival. Select spot. And now we wait. And let's hope that this isn't a ghost order. Let's see, what do we have here? Food. No giant. Oh, there's one case of 24-pack of soda on one customer.
How many items altogether?
12 items for the second customer.
Yeah, they can give
nothing
us
big and heavy.
They can give us multiple customers, but we can't pick up multiple customers between the two of us. Then how much sense does that make?
Well,
they'll let the Bennies come out here and do it all day long.
Well, that's a whole different story, and that's the reason why it's still
in a different spot. I'll
still
ask
an
them
issue.
when they bring my shit out.
What are you gonna ask them?
Out. So when are y'all gonna start cracking down on these scammers?
Yeah, I guess we can do that. We can ask them, is it ever going to become a thing that you confirm that the person that's accepting the order is the person that's actually on the app? That would be the other thing. And that's also going to weed out the employees who may have a connection with these scammers.
Like Mr. Homeboy.
Okay, one of them is my order because it says it's ready. That's
Yeah,
probably
well, she's
her.
about to dump it all over the ground here in a minute. Maybe not. I don't know where her handle went to tow it, but
That's probably my order.
it's one and the same. Well, there's only
I mean,
one
that would be nice.
There's only one other vehicle here except for that pickup that just pulled in. But
yeah, it would be nice that they would start doing that. It looks like it is my order.
yeah, she's gonna run it right.
Hey, Lexi.
Over the same thing.
All right, looks like my order's. Well,
I'll let you do it.
you want?
You can't see her. Yeah, 'cause what if they ID you?
They gave you one with no handle, huh? Yes. 2672. Yes.
I ain't even gonna do it. Just load it from right there.
Good. It's a beautiful day, so compared to the, yeah. Unlike the rainy weather that we had yesterday. Oh, look, where's Violet? Yeah. And we might just make sure. Yeah, this is Ayers. Yeah.
Well, we can pick up orders down there. We don't have to deal with all these scammers over here.
I actually graduated in Killeen. I went to Killeen High School. Yeah. You went there? Oh, yeah. And I have a handful of my nieces and nephews graduated in Killeen. Uh-oh. I had a niece who graduated from Ellison. But that's all right, have a good one. Thank you, you too. Okay.
Left your people waiting. That's all.
So I don't know if you saw that or not. The girls say hi. Love you. Love you guys.
Love you, bye.
Mwah.
Love you, bye.
But all right, complete pickup. Let me disconnect from their Wi-Fi.
You're gonna lose your live when you disconnect mine, probably. I said you're gonna lose your live when you disconnect mine,
No.
probably.
I already disconnected the Wi-Fi.
No, it isn't.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to the first drop off. You can leave the food on or next to the table by the door.
Oh, I wanted to Because this white car just pulled up. He's one of them.
Oh, he's one of them?
Yeah.
Oh, the first one is 10 minutes away. You don't want to...
Head northwest.
Sorry.
No, let's swing by.
He's right there on the end.
Oh, the other way?
He's right. He pulled up right next to the gray car that I was pointing out.
Oh.
Take the next left toward Rivery Driveway, then turn left.
Oh, they'll be here when we come back, so, you know.
Yeah, we're going that way, and then we're turning right.
Turn right onto Wolf Ranch Parkway.
But that's pretty much what I wanted to do with this live, is just to give another quick update to what's going on with the Spark scammers and the supposed issue with the app. You know, when we were in Killeen, for those 5 days, not once did we see the glitch to where it was just the notification and no offer. We would get the notification, and yet there would be, you know, a quick flash. That type of thing happened, but you know, sometimes that was due to the fact that we weren't near that Walmart. So I'm sure the signal was stronger for those, you know, that are either connected to the Wi-Fi because they're right there, you know, or a little closer than us. So we didn't see that type of stuff. And like I said, while we were in that area, we did 1, 2, 3, 4 different Walmarts. And of course, every time we went to a new Walmart, we would take a look to see, you know, if there was any suspicious characters. You know, I don't know why I keep doing the air quotes there. But to see if there were any suspicious, you know, people, or, you know, acting just like the ones that are here in Georgetown. So, but it wasn't until maybe the 4th day that we were there that my husband was able to get that little video of, you know, activity, suspicious activity, like we do see here in our zone. But I'm sure if I'm able to edit this video when or I might just, you know, include it in another clip, but you'll see it one way or the other. But yes, we are working, and we're staying here because we started a little late, but we'll probably, you know, do the next, what is today? Tuesday? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 4 days. We'll do that in Killeen. And hopefully we get another excellent week like we did in the 5 days that we did there in Killeen. But if you are watching this as part of the replay, thank you for watching. But for those of you guys that did pop in during the live, thank you so much for supporting my channel. So if you haven't already done so, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and feel free to share my videos, whether it be this one or any other video that you find informative, that, you know, you think other people might enjoy watching or even learn from it. So share away. But last but not least, definitely hit that notification bell, so that way you know when I upload videos and or when I go live, like I am right now. But until next time, y'all stay safe out there. Let's get out there and make that money, but make sure we make it home safely. So I'll talk to you guys later next time, whether it be a live video or any other video. Adios for now. Bye.